Well, hello everyone. We are back live. Hi, my name's Liam. I'm from EvolveCloud. As you can see here, isn't that a nice little addition? Welcome to this week's Cybersecurity Live. Today we will be talking about sort of cloud accounts. In this time that we're in, a lot of companies use cloud technologies and cloud accounts. Now, what I wanted to specifically talk about today was the ability of monitoring login attempts, because it's quite interesting. When you set up a cloud account, you can almost, when I say cloud account, I mean like Office 365 or G Suite or Zero. You think, it's all good. Zero's keeping my account secure. I do everything that I need to do there. That's fine. What's really interesting is, as part of our core service, we deploy a cloud monitoring and sort of audit and logging solution. Now, it's not to be checking when staff logging in at certain times. No, what it's designed to do is it's designed to log and alert if there are login attempts from unauthorized locations. Now, what do we mean by that? Well, if you're in Australia and you only do business in Australia, you would want to know that if someone was trying to log into something, say in Hong Kong or from China or Brazil. As you can see, this map behind me, Instagram can't see it because, yay for Instagram. You would want to know if there were login attempts happening from somewhere else. So the tool that we use allows us to do that, and we set authorized locations and then we get an alert. And what's really interesting is these login attempts that happen from other countries don't typically happen within the same time zone. Hackers don't work 9 to 5 Monday to Friday like most of us do. So I want to stress the importance, because we did have a couple of events this week where we had not compromised accounts. The accounts were secured. That's not a problem at all. Two-factor authentication was on. We were alerted straight away, got onto it, and did some investigation. But what was interesting was, through using logging features and being able to get that visibility, you can also see and start to piece together how attacks are happening and what they try and how they try to get into these accounts. So that's one of the sort of things I wanted to bring this week, was just the additional visibility. Now, the second part of this is, which may be a little controversial and some people may disagree with me, and if you do, that's totally fine. The second thing that I wanted to sort of tack onto that is using single sign-on solutions, things like Okta or even Microsoft 365. You have the ability to integrate apps to logins. Some people may disagree that it's not great to do that because it's one password, it's very simple, but I'd actually disagree. And I'll give you an example of why that is. If you force your business applications to use and authenticate against Microsoft 365, for example, you can take advantage of the additional security layers that Microsoft 365 can give you. A prime example of this is PandaDoc, the PDF signing application, does not have the ability to enforce two-factor authentication. But if you set up single sign-on to access PandaDoc through Microsoft 365, through your Microsoft 365 business account, then when you attempt to log into PandaDoc, and you don't have an active Microsoft session, it will use the two-factor authentication mechanisms and security features from Microsoft 365. The other benefit of this is if all of your apps are funneling through, and it's also simpler for staff as well. They just have the one login. Everything goes through that one login. It's also easier to control access that way if you need to terminate, let's say for a suspected account breach. You can do that much, much easier than trying to terminate all these different accounts that you set up. So, that was sort of what I wanted to bring forward today. Just some thoughts for the week. If you need any assistance with setting up single sign-on or setting up some cloud auditing, and logging, please do reach out to us. You can see how to get in contact with us in the links in these videos. And that was pretty much it for today. A couple of things just to catch up on as well. So in terms of the Australian government and all of the sort of post Medibank and Optus, I guess, cyber breaches. So I believe, from what I can understand, it's very hard to find actually. From what I can understand, the federal government has passed the bill in the lower house to increase the penalties for breaches of the Privacy Act. Will that be effective? Don't know. I mean, it still comes back to money. Yes, having a greater financial penalty is, I guess, hopefully some people take that seriously. Is it going to solve the problems? Probably not, but that is coming. So I believe it's set to pass the upper house. And when it does, then we'll hear about it. And then from the Medibank side of things, that's kind of quietened down, but there's still a lot going on in the background. So now I believe Medibank is set to be referred to the OAIC, Office of the Information Commission or something or other. These are the guys that actually enforce and regulate the Notifiable Data Breach Scheme. So they'll be investigated. Optus is currently being investigated, and depending on what comes out of that will determine if there is a class action. Safe to say, as a business, as all businesses, you don't want to get to that point. So it's best to increase your cyber protections now so that you save yourself all of these legal headaches in the future. So yeah, that's pretty much the update for today. Pretty short and sweet Cybersecurity Live. Like I said, if you need any help with securing or auditing your systems, please, we've got ways you can get in touch with us. We have got a lot of work on towards the end of the year. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, everyone's like, oh, we need everything done before the new year. So we do have a fair bit on, but we will do our best to squeeze you in if you really need help. Again, my name was Liam. I'm from EvolveCloud, and that was this week's Cybersecurity Live update. We'll leave it there until next week. Have a great week, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much.